Hello subscribers, today's review will be on the Papo Limited Edition Spinosaurus aegyptiacus. Just by looking at it in the box, as well as seeing other people's reviews of it, I can already say that this is easily an S-tier Papo dinosaur. So let's take a quick look at the box before we release the figure. Here is some nice artwork of the foliage. Then you've got Spinosaurus' name in the middle, as well as number 1. And inside of the packaging, you got the Papo logo in gold, as well as the word collector in gold to show that this is a collector's item, obviously. On the side of the box, you can see nice artwork of the Spinosaurus. On the back, you've got another artwork of the dinosaur, as well as some facts about it, including a size comparison with the Papo running T-Rex. So that's it for the box. Let's take the Spinosaurus out of it so we can see how it compares to the other Spinosaurus figures. Here is new Spinosaurus, and he is just as good as I thought he'd be. Now this, alongside the other 2019 Papo dinosaurs, the Pentaceratops and Gorgosaurus, they all look really good. I think that this is one of the few times that every new sculpt that Papo released looks good. Cause you know, some of them, like in 2018, the Iguanodon looked and as well as that Amargasaurus, and then 2020, of course, we got that Giganotosaurus, and then a mediocre Stygimoloch. So let's address the most obvious thing about this toy, or this figure, I should say, is the tail. Now, before the 2020 paper about Spinosaurus' new tail came out, people were very skeptical about it. Some saying that it looked bad, others saying it was a unique design choice. But when the new discovery of Spinosaurus' tail was revealed, this whole idea of the eel tail was correct. Well, somewhat correct. Because, as you guys know on, the new Spinosaurus tail, it was huge, like very long. It should be like almost as long as the Spinosaurus' body. And also the top fin was taller than the fin on the bottom. This right here looks like a generic, eel, and it looks too small to propel this huge muscular body. But it still looks very well done in my opinion. So you got the lines right there to make it look very fish-like. And from the top, it's flat. So let's take a look at the detailing. Now, when it comes to most Papo dinosaurs, they hardly fail to disappoint with their detailing, minus their Amargasaurus, Tylosaurus, and Plesiosaurus. So you see the head sculpt on here? Yeah, this is a Spinosaurus. It's also quite similar to their Baryonyx. And of course, being scientifically accurate Spino, it's more narrow and not as alligator-like as the JP3 Spinosaurus, which Papo based their original figure off of. So let's open up the jaw, and you can see all the glossy finish inside the mouth to give it a wet look, which is good. I think Papo did that with the majority of their theropods. And also like how this Spinosaurus has somewhat of a transparent plastic, just like the Compsognathus and the Dilophosaurus. See the teeth right here? See, the teeth near the notch are the most defined here, the sharpest, so they're helping grip onto those giant sawfish that it ate. So going down the body, you've got, all the nicely done scales that Papo usually does. And when it comes to Spinosaurus figures, they usually incorporate crocodilian-like features. This one, luckily, they didn't incorporate too much. Like, I'm not against the idea of adding croc features onto Spinosaurus, but I think it's kind of overdone, judging by the collected 2015 Spinosaurus, as well as the 2019 Safari and Schleich Spinos. This one, I can only point out a few. You see the osteoderms on the neck, and going down the body, you can see they resemble the osteoderms of an alligator. And also, the belly looks somewhat alligator-like as well. Other than that, yeah, this one doesn't really... It's more of like a mix between, let's say, a crocodilian, an eel, and a Spinosaurus. See, you can take a look at the hands right there. Got these huge hands that help him grasp onto the fish. See the signature Spinosaur hook claw right there. See the feet right there? They're not oversized, thankfully, because this is a quadruped. And which, there's no need to enlarge the feet on a four-legged figure, which unfortunately I've seen some companies do nowadays. So you see the feet right there? See, this one is like pushing backwards while this one is moving forwards. Now I'm assuming that this is in a swimming pose, because if this was a terrestrial pose, it looks like he's kind of falling over and trying to, catch himself on his two front legs. So say if I'm assuming that this is a swimming pose. It's not the best swimming pose I've seen. Collecte's 2015 Spino had a better one, but it's still better than the 2019 Safari Spinosaurus, which had a very weird one. The paint job of this dinosaur is among my favorite of all the Papo dinosaurs, alongside the 2017 Acrocanthosaurus. I really love the mixture of this very blackish blue as well as the orange and the brown across the figure. Here's from the other side. I think it still suits an aquatic animal. This color strays away from the usual dull brown, greens, or grays that Papo usually does. And seeing the paint jobs on their 2020 dinosaurs, it seems like they'll start making their figures more vibrant but still making them look natural and realistic. Now let's talk about the size of the figure. I'd say the Spinosaurus is the second largest Papo dinosaur, the first one being the Jurassic Park style Brachiosaurus. So, based on videos I've seen, this guy is over 15 inches long, and I'd say around 6 to 6.5 inches at the tallest tip of the sail. To get more idea of how big this dinosaur is, here is the standing T-Rex. See, the T-Rex is absolutely dwarfed by the Spinosaurus. Her head is just barely taller than the tallest point of the Spino sail. Let's bring in the 2007 classic Papo Spinosaurus, and you can see how different they are in terms of head sculpts, posture, size, and paint jobs. See, this one's definitely more alligator-like, this one is narrow and how a Spinosaurus should. And see, this one's just more muscular by looking at the torso and the arms. I mean, look at the arms in comparisons, especially the hands and the claws. Since we're talking about a Spinosaurus made by Papo, let's bring in another one. The nicely done but badly posed Baryonyx from 2016. See the similarities between these two, including the narrow skulls, huge arms, and gigantic claws. And seeing these makes me hope that Papo will do a Suchomimus in the future, because when it comes to figures, Suchomimus unfortunately gets overshadowed by these two. There are more Papo prehistoric animals, specifically my personal favorites. Now for my favorite Papo dinosaur, I'm still deciding between the Spino, the Gorgo, and the Ceratosaurus. Since we have a 2019 Spinosaurus figure in front of us, let's bring in two others. The Safari LTD version and the Schleich version. Putting these two next to the Papo one, there is no comparison to me. The Papo one tops the other two in every single category. Final comparison for this review, here is the Papo 2019 Spinosaurus with the Collectae Minisaphactinus in his jaws. As you can see, the Minisaphactinus is an easy bite-sized snack for this Spinosaurus, and I doubt that the upcoming Collectae Saphactinus will be any safer from this behemoth. Well, there you have it guys, this is my review on the Papo 2019 Limited Edition Spinosaurus. All I can say is, pick him up. Not just because he's one of Papo's best efforts, but also because, as you guys already know, he's a limited edition figure. We don't know how much longer he's going to be in stock, and once he's gone, Papo is no longer making any more. Having this guy in my collection feels very good, having a definitive figure of my second favorite dinosaur. As you guys know, Spinosaurus is my second favorite dinosaur, the first one being T-Rex, and my third favorite prehistoric animal in general, behind T-Rex and Saphactinus. So to me, the only serious competitor for the best Spinosaurus figure is the upcoming 2021 figure by Safari Ltd. and the recent Spinosaurus by PNSO. Both are based on the 2020 reconstruction. So this Spinosaurus gets an easy 10 for me, with its best features being the head sculpt, the paint job, the detailing, and the size. So if you guys like this review, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.